She walked back into our house after 5 silent days, dropped her bag on the floor like nothing had happened. Then she looked me straight in the eyes and said, "My life, my rules." Everyone would expect a husband to explode at that moment, to shout, to demand answers, to beg. But I didn't do any of those things. I simply smiled, because she didn't know something yet. She thought she had rewritten the rules of our marriage. But the truth was, I had already written new ones, and she was about to learn every single one of them. Before we get into this story, if you've ever felt ignored, lied to, or blindsided in a relationship, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. These stories reach more people when you do that, and someone out there might need to hear this tonight. Now let me tell you how a normal Tuesday night turned into the moment my marriage ended. Lauren and I have been married for almost 10 years. 10 years isn't a small thing. 10 years means routines. It means shared grocery lists, shared bank accounts, shared holidays, shared silence. Our life wasn't dramatic. It wasn't some whirlwind romance either. It was steady, predictable, quiet. I worked long shifts supervising the late crew at a logistics hub outside the city. It wasn't glamorous work. Steel floors, forklifts humming, pallets stacked like walls. The kind of job that leave your hands rough and your back sore. But the paycheck arrives exactly when it's supposed to. Lauren worked in marketing for a consulting firm downtown. Sharp mind, quick with people, always dressed like she had somewhere more important to be. For years, our schedules barely overlapped. I worked late nights. She worked long days. But we made it work. Or at least, I thought we did. Looking back, the warning signs were there. They always are. Conversations that ended quicker than they used to. Dinner eaten while scrolling phones instead of talking. 1,000 tiny moments where something felt slightly off, but not big enough to fight about. So you ignore it, because that's what people do in long marriages. You assume tomorrow will fix what today feels wrong about. But sometimes tomorrow doesn't fix anything. Sometimes tomorrow is when everything finally breaks. That Tuesday night started like any other. I finished a long shift around 9:30. The crew had been behind schedule, so I stayed late helping coordinate the last shipments. By the time I drove home, the streets were quiet. Suburban quiet. Porch lights glowing. Sprinklers ticking rhythmically across lawns. A dog barking somewhere in the distance. I pulled into our cul-de-sac, expecting the usual scene. Lauren on the couch. The TV murmuring in the background. Leftovers waiting in the fridge. Normal life. But the moment I stepped through the front door, something felt wrong. And then Lauren burst through the door from outside. Not the door I came through. The front door. She moved fast. Too fast. Shoulders tense. Hair messy. Eyes avoiding mine. She tossed her work tote onto the sofa like she was throwing something away. Then she spoke. Not gently. Not apologetically. Just blunt. I need to go stay with a friend for a few days. No context. No explanation. Just an announcement. Like she was telling me we needed milk. I stood there near the kitchen island, still holding my car keys. "Is something wrong?" I asked. She didn't even look at me. "Nothing you need to worry about," she said. "It's personal. A woman thing." She grabbed a jacket. "I'll be back when I'm back." Then she walked out. Just like that. 5 seconds. 10 years of marriage. And I had just been demoted to someone who didn't need to know anything. Wednesday morning came. No message. I texted. Nothing. I called. Voicemail. Thursday. Same thing. You don't live with someone for nearly a decade without learning the difference between someone being busy and someone deliberately avoiding you. Lauren wasn't busy. She was gone, and she didn't want me to know where. By Friday afternoon, something inside me shifted. Not anger. Not panic. Something colder. Something clearer. I called a friend she said she was staying with. Jenna. A cheerful barista who talked too much. The type of person who couldn't keep secrets even if she tried. "Hey, Jenna," I said. "Is Lauren with you?" There was silence on the other end. A long silence. Then she said something that changed everything. "I haven't seen Lauren in weeks." Saturday morning, I sat in a quiet office across from a man named Grant. Private investigator. Gray beard. Calm voice. The type of man who spoke like every word cost money. I told him everything. Lauren disappearing. The lie about Jenna. The silence. He didn't react much, just nodded. Then he said something simple. I'll start today. Monday evening. Around 7:30, the front door opened. Lauren walked in. Casual, relaxed, like she had been gone an hour. Not 5 days. No apology. No explanation. She looked at me, sitting at the dining table. Lights dim, hands folded, and she frowned. Don't start, she said. I kept my voice calm. Start what? The interrogation. She grabbed a glass of water, leaning against the counter like she owned the room. I don't know you schedule update, she said. And she looked me directly in the eye. My life. My rules. She said slowly, deliberately, like she expected a reaction. Anger, shouting, begging. But I didn't do any of those things. I just nodded. Absolutely, I said. She blinked, thrown off. That's when I stood up, walked to the kitchen counter, picked up the manila folder waiting there, and slid it across the table. Well, I said quietly, since we're establishing rules, here are mine. She opened it, and everything changed. The color drained from her face instantly. Photographs. Lauren holding hands with a man I'd never seen. Checking into a resort 2 hours away. Kissing beside a pool. Time-stamped. Dated. Documented. Her fingers trembled flipping through them. Where did you? I hired someone, I said. Thursday morning. The folder held more than photos. ATM withdrawals. Resort receipts. Room service orders. 4-2. A detailed timeline of the 5 days she thought were invisible. Her breathing grew uneven. This isn't what it looks like. Stop. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't accuse her. Just lifted a hand and let the silence do the work. Because sometimes silence is louder than rage. Lauren tried everything. Anger. You invaded my privacy. Deflection. You had me follow. Excuses. It's complicated. Then finally, panic. We can fix this, she said. The shift was almost funny. Suddenly she wanted therapy, conversation, understanding. But I just placed another envelope on the table. Divorce papers. Her hands froze. You can't be serious. Completely. This is over. She cried, then yelled, then went silent. By midnight, she was packing bags. I slept on the couch. And, for the first time in years, the house felt honest. The next evening she tried explaining. The man's name was Mark. A client, she said. A friend. The photos don't show everything. So I read her deleted messages aloud. Recovered by the investigator. I need this. This feels right. I don't want to go back. Her voice cracked. She tried blaming distance. My long work hours. You don't see me anymore. You think neglect drove you to a resort with another man? You didn't talk to me. You just left. She asked one last question. What if I don't sign? Then we go to court. It gets longer. Messier. More expensive. But the ending doesn't change. She glared at me. You're cruel. No, I said. Cruel would be sending those photos to your office. Her breath stopped. She understood immediately. Not a threat. Just reality. She signed every page. One by one. Her signature growing weaker each time. Then she shoved the stack toward me. Happy? No. Just done. What happened next? I didn't even need to cause. Truth spreads fast on its own. Her family found out. Her parents. Her sister. Her co-workers. Even the other man's wife. The affair violated company policy. She lost her job. Friends stopped calling. Her world collapsed faster than I expected. But I didn't celebrate. I didn't feel victorious. Just quiet. The divorce finalized quickly. 3 months. Clean. Simple. I moved into a new apartment. Got promoted at work. Started rebuilding a life that felt lighter. Then one day, I saw Lauren again. By chance. At the courthouse. She looked different. Calmer. Healthier. She told me she was in therapy. Had a new job. Trying to rebuild. I wished her well. And we walked away in opposite directions. No anger. No bitterness. Just distance. That night, I sat on my couch eating takeout and watching a game. No noise. No tensión. Just quiet. And that's when I realized something. Marriage isn't destroyed in one moment. It's destroyed in 1,000 tiny choices. Lies. Silence. Disrespect. And sometimes the loudest ending isn't a fight. It's the moment you finally choose peace over chaos. That if this story hit close to home, tell me in the comments. What would you have done in that situation? Would you have confronted her differently? Would you have forgiven? Or would you have walked away the same way? And if you enjoy powerful real-life relationship stories like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe, because the next story might be even more unbelievable than this one.